The word pentagram refers only to the five-pointed star, not the surrounding circle of a pentacle, as you can see. Early history of pentagram has been found on Sumerian pottery from USC 3500 BCE, and five-pointed star was at various times the symbol of Ishtar or Marduk. Ishtar is a informal way to saying star in Bangla, like with an accent of Bangla. But what is Ishtar? Not Iana. It got us to Iana. What is Ishtar? Divinity of love, fertility, and war. It's the name of a kid. Thank God I am not a robot. Iana is the ancient Mesopotamian goddess of love, war, and fertility. She is also associated with beauty, sex, divine law, and political power. Originally worshipped in Sumer, I guess that's how we say it. Sumer, not Sumer. The R is silent, but when you say nothing and stay silent, it is awkward silence. Or you stutter. Talking is a big thing. The new age thing. You can be tripping. Now what about Marduk? Marduk. What is the pronunciation of Marduk? Marduk. I guess the R is silent in that language. We can't disrespect it. You got a spoiler of the star, but now it's Marduk. Sumerian. Is it Sumayan? Is it pronounced Sumayan? No. Now the R is not silent. It's okay. আমার পুতুকে. That was a glitch. I don't know, I did not see that. Calf of the sun, solar calf, Hebrew something, modern, Miratak, Tiberian. I cannot see the pronunciation of all of it, but it is something that I am not pronouncing correctly. Was a good as in God, whatever, was a god from ancient Mesopotamia and patron deity of the city of Babylon, who eventually rose to power in the first millennium BC. In the city of Babylon, Marduk was worshipped in the temple of Esagila. His symbol is a spade and he is associated with Mushusu. We know what spade is. Pentacle and spade both are found in tarot cards. Pentacle symbolizes the earth and its material things, and spade symbolizes swords, which is like cut through or sharp, hard things as in, my life is hard, this type of hard. Let's see the pronunciations, shall we? No, because we are up for the star. Pentagram symbols from about 5,000 years ago were found in Liangzhu culture of China. I think I pronounced it right. Liangzhu. It got us into YouTube.
The following pronunciation is brought to you by pronouncenames.com. 凉州区，凉州区，凉州区。Do we have Liangsu?
Yeah, I was correct. There is a lot of history of pentagram. In the surface level of Google, If you search star or pentagram, you get what I told you in these 10 minutes. After that, I really cannot find why it is 5 pointed. Let's see why it is 5 pointed. We cannot see why it was 5 pointed. But in Western symbolism, because you know, haha, you don't. But some sources interpret the unusual downward pointing star as symbolizing the Holy Spirit descending on people. That's kind of cool. I think it might symbolize spirit, the one point of the star, as you can see, this point, and the other points, I think it symbolizes I thought it symbolizes the four elements: fire, air, water, earth. But in alchemy, fire is like this triangle but upside down, and when you cross across the triangle's top to kind of top middle, it is considered air, and when it's downturned, it is called a symbol of water, not spirits descending on you. And when you cross it again, it is symbolizing of earth. You know earth, right? You live in it. Dum. The pentagram was used in ancient times as Christian symbol of 5 senses. Yes, we got the 5 points in some shape or form. or of the 5 wounds of Christ. We say it Christ, not Christ, because Chris. It can be call me Chris or Mr. Beast Christ. Chris with a K for both people. Call me Chris and Mr. Beast as Chris. The pentagram plays an important symbolic role in the 14th century. English poet Sir Gawain Gawar. Gawar means something insulting in Hindi. Funtru means that too, but I think it's more funnier. And the Green Knight, in which the symbol decorates the shield of the hero Gawain. The unnamed poet creates the symbol's origin to King Solomon. The rhyme we read about Solomon as a kid, and explains that each of the 5 interconnected points represents a virtue tied to a group of 5. Gawain is perfect in his 5 senses and 5 fingers, faithful to 5 wounds of Christ, takes courage from the 5 joys that Mary had of Jesus, and exemplifies the 5 virtues of knighthood. That's awesome and cool, which are generosity, friendship, chastity, chivalry, and pity. What is chastity and chivalry? First we see Gawain pronunciation.
Gawain.
Gawain kind of sounds like Gawar. The state or practice of refraining refraining from intermarital or especially from all sexual intercourse. Chivalry meaning polite. Are we a robot? Let's see. Hydrants, it's easy. Other time I would be a robot. Polite, kind, and unselfish behavior, especially by men towards women. We were about to say towards by someone other than the men and women, the others, as David Bowie said. You know, I can draw stars. But when it came to drawing Shahid Kapoor, I did it a couple of times, but then It was not resembling him, though it was him. It's just my art style. It's good. He was the Natasha from my childhood. Many were the Natasha of my childhood. For example, Sunya from Doraemon. We don't talk about that. Let's see more about pentagram. Religious meaning. In ancient times, the pentagram was used as a Christian symbol. It stood for shout out to the actual writers of these informations who collected it from who knows where. I got it just from wiki. It stood for the 5 wounds that Jesus Christ received during his crucifixion, the nails in each hand and foot, and the spear wound in his side. In the past, the pentagram was commonly seen as a symbol for good and for protection against evil. One of the earliest recorded uses for the pentagram was by Pythagoreans as a sign of initiation for its mathematical relation to the golden ratio and common presence in naturally occurring space shapes. Space, as in the star is in the space. Haha. In Taoism, we are into Taoism. A pentagram shows how the 5 classical oriental elements, yeah, we got it, earth, water, wood, fire, and metal. I didn't get the air and earth, but it's wood and metal are related. So there you go. Wood and metal was there for because it was some key elements in that era, I think. Today the pentacle, commonly mistaken as pentagram, is the most commonly used symbol of Wicca. Some post-Gardnerian Wiccans imitating Taoism, associating the 5 points of the pentagram with the 4 classical Greek elements: fire, water, earth, and air, and spirit. Yes, I got it. See, I told you. Some Satanists, especially members of Church of Satan, use an upside-down pentacle as a symbol for their religion. The Church of Satan's official symbol is an upside-down pentacle with a goat head inside, called the Sigil of Baphomet. It was originally the influential 1800s French occultist Eliphas Levi, who associated the pentagram with the goat-headed Baphomet by drawing a pentagram on the Baphomet's forehead. Anton Levi, who created the Church of Satan in 1966, took the idea from Levi. Isn't Levi like the brother of Thor? Thor was my favorite Marvel superhero, but Miles Morales become it. Again, let's see Vika pronunciation.
Wicca.
Yeah, it was right.
Sigil.
Sigil, sigil, gel, weird.
We are looking at how to pronounce this name as well as how to say more interesting and related names that are often mispronounced, so make sure to stay tuned for those. How do you say it? The name was first used by the French, so it is a French name originally. In French it is said as Baphomet. This is why in
Baphomet.
English it is often pronounced
In
as
French,
Baphomet, Baphomet. But in English it is also often said as Baphomet, Baphomet,
Baphomet
or
in English.
Baphomet.
We were correct. Church of Satan. The pentagram in literature could be interesting, right? In Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, a 14th century Romance history. See, story is history. Because, yeah, whatever. Every mistake is a component of art. Bob Ross said it. But you can see it as perfection, no mistakes. The pentagram is mentioned as a symbol of Gawain's good character and truth. More recently, the meaning of pentagram was discussed in Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. I have heard of Da Vinci Code. According to the book, the pentagram actually belonged to the ancient religion of pagan sun worship and was tied to the female planet Venus. Every 8 years, Venus traces a perfect pentagram across the sky. See, sky and star, whatever. Right? Whatever. After some Bob Ross thing is not something little at all. The book says that the pentagram was a symbol for the sacred female, but was later taken by Christianity and said to mean the devil in order to destroy beliefs that females were sacred. What? It's sexist? The star is sexist. A pentacle is on the flag of Morocco as well as Ethiopia's. references. So there are references. Child Heather, Colin, Dorothy, Christian symbols, ancient and modern, New York, Charles Scribner's Sons, ISBN. Should I say the number? You can see the number. It's not a code that you need to know out loud. Levi Eliphas, 1999, 1854, first published. Transcendental Magic, its doctrine and ritual. Dogme et ritual de la haute magie. I don't know what I pronounced. Sorry for that. Work Beach, Marine, Weezer as in, wheezing, whatever. I'm just saying whatever to pass off. But the first one was in 1971 when the freedom fight occurred in Bangladesh. Valiant T. Doreen, 1988, An ABC of Witchcraft, Past and Present, Custer, Washington, Phoenix Publishing. The Sigil of Satan, churchofsatan.com. Retrieve 2020 11/10 2020, when the world was supposed to end. United States. The world is supposed to end in 2052 because climate change will melt the icebergs and many places will go underwater. So I hope that does not happen, just like the 2020 thing did not happen. United States Patent and Trademark Office. Retrieve November 10, 2020. Arthur Ross G. Medieval Sign Theory and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, Toronto, University of Toronto Press, 1987. Morgan Gerald, The Significance of the Pentacle Symbolism in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, The Modern Language Review. Brown Dan, March 31, 2009, The Vinci Code, Anchor, Flags of the World, Africa, Morocco, Siakov, CIA. United States Central Intelligence Agency, The World Fact Book, not Facebook. Flags, they're telling me to help them. Flags of the world, Africa, Ethiopia, CIA, Gov. United States Central Intelligence Agency, The World Fact Book. Also, it's not CID, it's CIA. Done. See, these are pentagrams. Pentagram. Oh, these are pentagram. and this is pentacle. Haha,